Okay, after weeks of emailing, after dozens of phone calls, dozens of emails, turning up in person multiple times over a period of several days to lobby his press guys, after sticking our hands out to lobby the candidate personally as he went into and came out of events, today I was finally allowed to ask Joe Miller a couple of questions while we moved from a roof, through a lobby, down an escalator, through another lobby, out a door, into an SUV, and then it was over. It was very strange. Hi, Mr. Miller.
Hi,
it's a real pleasure to meet you. Thank you for taking this time. I appreciate it.
Happy to.
Let me,
we're going to walk with us, right, Rachel? So
can we walk?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah,
do you guys mind if we walk, if you guys stay ahead of us?
Inside? Yeah, we need to get to the vehicle.
All right, if you guys steer, if you want to walk ahead of us, to steer us so we walk the right direction. Otherwise, we'll be on a bridge to nowhere. So, I've been talking with your supporters since I've been here. One of the things that I did not know to expect before I got here is how important social issues are to them. You've really run as a constitutional conservative, fiscal conservative. People keep raising the issue of abortion, marriage, other social issues like that to me. How central are those to your campaign, to your view?
Well, I think the life issue is very important. I believe in defending innocent life. I'm a pro-life candidate, the only unequivocally pro-life candidate in this race.
In terms of gay rights issues, there's a man on your campaign payroll who runs a website called hopeforhomosexuals.com. His name is Terry Moffat. Do you agree with him that homosexuality can be changed, it can be cured?
Our perspective, and we've answered this question before, is that it really is a state issue. As to how those issues want to be resolved, it should be handled at the state level. And as far as you're talking about who again?
Terry Moffat.
Okay, yeah, he works with us in the primary. I've not seen his website, so I'm not able to comment on it.
Do you agree that homosexuality is a choice?
I think that's up to the individual. An individual has to make that decision.
About whether or not they're gay, or about whether or not they believe that?
I'm not going to intrude upon an individual's decision as to what he or she does. The fact of the matter is it's a state issue. That's our position in the campaign. That's our answer to the question.
Okay.
We're an increasingly diverse country. I want to be straight with you. And as a diverse country, I think it's important that we recognize that there are different approaches to different values. And I think that it's best for states to be able to make those choices. Like, for example, the state of Alaska, this is a good example. We passed out a constitutional amendment saying that marriage is only between a man and a woman in 1998. There are other states that have decided differently. You can probably, I think, suggest that that is something that accommodates the very diverse country that we have today.
Is there a federal role in banning gay marriage?
Well, I think there's a Defense Marriage Act, which I support.
Why should there be a federal role there if it should be a state issue otherwise?
Well, my perspective is that it is at the core a state issue. But there are federal issues obviously intertwined. You've got taxation policy and otherwise that depend upon certain status. And so, as a consequence of the taxation structure of the federal government, there clearly is a role. But I think that ultimately, as the country becomes more diverse, that those decisions have got to be left at the state level. It's something that can keep us together as a country. It can accommodate the various differences that we have in the country. And I think it also allows people to be much more active and involved at the state level in making policy changes. And, just like our founders intended, laboratories of democracy. What better way to see how things work out than at that level?
But you do want a federal role in restricting states' ability to legalize gay marriage. But at the state level,
that's not what I said. I said that there is a federal role. There are obviously federal decisions that are made based upon the status of marriage.
Do you think there should be a constitutional amendment banning gay marriage?
That's up to the people. If you got a 3/4 vote ratified, I'd vote for it.
You would vote for it?
Yeah, I would. Okay. Yeah. But it would require an amendment of the Constitution.
17th Amendment came up at this candidates forum. Senator Murkowski criticizing you. Do you still believe that the 17th Amendment should be repealed so that people cannot vote directly for U.S. senators?
That wasn't the discussion. The discussion was about kind of the theories behind the 17th Amendment.
Would you support the repeal of it?
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe.
A big thank you to all of the folks here at Taproot in Anchorage and to everybody who came out in the bar tonight. It's been awesome having you. We will see you tomorrow night from Nevada, where we will be interviewing Senator Harry Reid, who's in a tight race with Tea Party candidate Sharon Engel. And maybe we'll interview Sharon Engel, or she'll just give us a thumbs up sign through a car window. You never know. Tons more footage and interviews from this trip at our maddowblog.msnbc.com.